Hello everyone, I am so happy that you're here today. This reading is actually for winner number 1. Congratulations to Annie. Annie, thank you so much for your email. I received a couple of hundred emails, but Brad did pick your name as one of the persons to actually win the contest. So congratulations, here's your reading and I hope you enjoy it. Now, just to let you know everyone, Annie had written to me in regards to her father passing. And her father passed away in September, a few years back. However, Annie had some concerns in regards to an argument that they had had, possibly a couple weeks before his passing. Now, Annie, I'm so glad that you wrote in, and I did get a chance to read your email. My heart goes out to you because it's so difficult to grieve someone that's gone, first of all, but to think that they left on a bad note is very, very hard to be able to process, or to be able to heal a little bit from that is difficult. And what I mean by that is that we always have this feeling that they left this earthly plane, without really, being happy or in a happy state. But I have to tell you that your father's extremely happy on the other side. He doesn't make me feel that there's any amends to be made at all, Annie. In fact, he makes me feel that you've asked for forgiveness already. And he makes me feel that he was with you when you asked. And so just in speaking to Spirit, asking for forgiveness, they do. Now you have to understand that here and the other side are completely different planes. Here we hold on to everything, emotionally speaking. We hold on to pain. We hold on to insults. We hold on to things that hurt us. This is the planet of tribulation, Annie, and you have to understand that we come here as souls to learn very, very important lessons, and they are emotional lessons to be learned. In fact, just the argument that you had with your father and the fact that he passed was difficult for you, and you've learned a lot from that. You've learned that life is very precious and that it's very difficult to be able to live up to certain things. And so make sure you tell each other you love each other. Make sure that you know that you have some great and bright light around instead of having arguments and those types of things. But I have to tell you, your father doesn't make me feel that he holds on to that whatsoever. He does make me feel that he loves you unconditionally. Now, I don't know if you also have a sister that's passed away or a brother, but there is a sibling there with him. I have to tell you that, and a mom and dad. And he also makes me feel that he's a brother with him, or I don't know if the brother would have passed before him, but I do feel that. Now, your father does come around, especially in September. It could be the month that he passed, but I believe there's another celebration in September. They also talk about, too, that they come around. There's a lot of dogs that they come around. And I have to tell you, there's a few dogs that come through in spirit as well. I see you playing ball. I see you playing catch. There's so many different things that he shows me memory-wise, and there's so many precious memories that he still holds on to. Now, I don't know if you were 3 of a kind in the family, but he shows me 3 hearts, some cards, so that's 3 of a kind. And so they make me feel that, of course, you're female, so there has to be 3 females. It could be surviving females also. I don't feel that your mother's passed. He does make me feel that he comes around your mother quite a bit. Now, I don't know if you've had some issues with someone moving around you, or there's something to do with someone moving around you, but I also get the sense that there's going to be some relief around some moves. So whether they're job-wise or whether they're type of moves, that kind of thing. Now, he does make me feel that he passed very, very suddenly, Annie. I don't want you thinking that your father suffered at all, because he doesn't give you the sense of that. He points to his chest. He makes me feel that there was something wrong with the circulation or something wrong in the chest area, but he does make me feel that his transition was beautiful. He loves the honor. I don't know if it's a very quick honor to his name, but he does make me feel that you still speak quite a bit of him and a lot, to the children. So he makes me feel that he comes around beautiful children, and he makes me feel also that someone's going to carry his name later on, so he's kind of excited about that. Now, I want you to keep on talking to him, Annie, and I want you to keep on acknowledging him. You have to stop apologizing, really. There's really nothing to feel bad about. This is how the human spirit learns. We learn through, arguments and tensions and troubles and strifes. We learn to forgive. We learn to love more. We learn so many things, but I want you to know that your father's not upset with you. In fact, he's so happy that you still talk to him. He's so happy that you honor his name, that you still think of him every single day. And so keep on doing that, Annie. Thanks so much for taking the time to write in. Thank you so much for sharing your heart with us here today and on the video. As you know, I'm going to be publicizing this. I'm going to be adding videos together onto one tape. And so I hope you enjoyed your reading, but I have to tell you, no more guilt, okay? You really need to let go of that love. He loves you so much. Comes around you all the time. So take care of yourself. Be good to your heart, okay? And just know that your Father's always, always with you. Have a beautiful day, Annie. Thanks again. We'll talk to you real soon. Hello. This is for winner number 2. This is for George and Carole. Thank you so much, Carole, for writing in. And I know that you wanted some messages for your husband. I'm really super excited to be able to tell you that when I read your email, I could feel an instant connection. Now, thanks again for writing, Carole. You've written me a novel. However, I'm just going to basically, tell you what I'm sensing and feeling around the situation now. When you talk about George and his mother, I have to tell you, there's a lady that comes around quite often. I'm not sure if it's his mother, but they do claim that there's 4 of a kind that they come around. And so if there are children or George has siblings, they'd have to be 4 of a kind. So I would think it would be all boys. Since your husband's a boy, I don't think it would be all girls. And so they do make me feel that's very important. They talk about an S connection, so I'm not sure if it would be like, Stephanie, Sandra, that kind of thing. But there's clearly an S connection that comes through with that. Now, just to let you know, this person comes around quite a bit. The way I get the feeling around it is that there was a bit of a circulation problem and a blockage somewhere. They make me feel that that was a problem. And I don't know, if there was hardening of the arteries or something to do with that circulation. They do show me legs, so I'm not sure if that's what contributed to the passing. But they do make me feel that the blood sugars were quite high, or that as a result of having high blood sugar, there was some damage that had been done. Now, I believe that there was a medication also administered probably about 10 or 15 years prior to that person passing. So they make me feel that they had a reaction to somehow. And so I don't know if there was a swelling and bloating or having to be hospitalized as a result of a medication that really affected this person. But I have to tell you that they do give me that sense that that has also, hindered basically their well-being. And so I just get the sense that with a lot of medication comes some complications around the circulation system. Now, also along with that, I have 2 other people that come through, actually. I have a male and a female, but I have to tell you, they're both with the letter G. So the female has the letter G, and so does the male. Don't know if they're connected to each other. They say G and G. It could be that, the G is from your side of the family and the other G is from your husband's side of the family. But I have to say, I think there's more than one George here. I have a feeling there's like 3 or 4 of them, and they refer a lot to Georges. Now, I don't know also if there's a Richard in your family or an R, like Robert, Rick, Ryan, that kind of thing. But they do make me feel that they come around that name quite often. Now, one passed away quite a number of years ago, and make me feel that there's a strong connection to, how would I say it? It's almost like a father figure. So if George would have had a father, as good as this person may have been, I just feel that the grandfather would have been much more of a father figure than the actual father would have been. They make me feel that the father had difficulty, or maybe just wasn't around, or maybe just emotionally, just so caught up in different things. I just don't really feel him, to be honest, but they do make me feel that. They bring also an A connection through that. And so I don't know if it's an Andrew, Aaron, Albert, Alex, that kind of thing, but it starts with an A. They also make me feel that they come around this person quite a bit. Now, they do mention someone to the east. I don't know if there's someone living like North Bay or Mattawa or going towards the east, but they do make me feel that they go and visit there also in spirit. And so I don't know if you have like relatives on your side of the family, Carole, or if it's on your husband's side of the family, but there's definitely an east connection. There's a lot of visiting back and forth, spiritually speaking. They do come through for that. Now, they also mention 4 again. So I don't know, like I know there's a reference to 4 children, 4 siblings, that kind of thing, but they do make me feel that 4 people were around when they passed. So I don't know if this is the male or the female talking anymore, because they're kind of fighting for airspace to be able to get this message through. They do bring in either the 4th day or the 4th month. And so I see a lot of 4s around you. April or the 4th, the 14th, the 24th. These dates are all kind of important. If they're not in April, they could be in other months. I also get a September connection or number 9, and they make me feel that they come through quite a bit. Now, George is quite happy with the way things happened. I get the sense that life has been difficult for your husband given the circumstances around his family situation. But they do make me feel that he's tried really hard, that he's worked really hard to get to where he's going. Now, this is a man that grieves very quietly. They don't make me feel that he has a lot to say about it. I don't know if he just sort of like sits back and grieves quietly. They do make me feel that they come around the children quite a bit. They make me feel that there's a wall art on the fridge and that there's a lot of paintings or pictures. They come around Dan or Danny, and so they make me feel there's a D-A-N or a D-A-N-I connection. They also come around that. They also make me feel that there's a given name from someone to someone else, and I know that George has the same name as his grandfather. But I have to tell you, unless there's a Georgette or there's other Georges in the family, they really acknowledge that. There's also a drinker that comes through with that bunch. They drank quite heavily. They show me 5 stars. When they show me 5 stars, it's the old 5-star alcohol bottle, but they make me feel it's been from a very, very long time ago, and they give me the sense of that. Now, I don't know if your husband had also a friend that died early in, I would say, 87, 88, or even the early 90s, but they make me feel that there's a passing around that time that really affected the family on that side, on your husband's side of the family, if not your husband. And you know, Carole, there's so much love that comes through. I don't know if his mother wasn't capable of really communicating. She's sweet, she's nice, but they make me feel that she held a lot inside also, or she didn't want to ruffle feathers, or that, you know, she had been through so much all her life that she really didn't want to cause any more problems for anyone. But I have to tell you, she really does make me feel that perhaps she was a burden in this lifetime. She doesn't feel that way anymore now that she's crossed over, but she does come and peek in quite a bit. I do get the sense that she comes around a lot of physical activity, whether playing outside or playing inside, but she makes me feel that the kids may be younger, so she makes me feel really, really good about that. So I'm glad you got a chance to see your children. She does make me feel also that there's a celebration coming up shortly. There's a great big chocolate cake with a few candles on it, and so I'm really, really happy. So perhaps someone's birthday coming up, but don't eat too much cake, okay? Because she makes me feel that she doesn't want anyone having the same problem she did. She also talks about a trip to McDonald's, and I don't know if there was something significant about it, maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe coming up in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know if it's like a little party or a get-together. I see birthday hats. So I don't really know what that is, but she makes me feel she comes around that if that didn't just happen. And so she makes me feel really good about that. I don't know if there's sore backs around you or sore upper back, but she makes me feel that there's some cause or concern around one of the, I would think it's all boys, to be honest, but one of the boys with some medical problems that way. I don't know if there was a separation or some difficulty also with one of George's brothers or sister-in-laws or brother-in-laws, but they make me feel that there was some difficulties that are going to mend themselves or get a little bit better. So I really, really feel fantastic about that. Now, just to let you know, I see a necklace come through also with that. So I don't know if someone is given a chain or a necklace, but they want to acknowledge that. They make me feel that's important. And I'm seeing an old watch strap. It's very, very dilapidated or broken, or there's something wrong with a watch strap or a broken watch. But they also make me feel that that's important around a loved one that's passed. Carole, there's so much love that comes through, honestly. I do feel that George has worked really hard. I feel that he would have made his family very, very proud. He carries quite a load, so I don't know if he's the oldest one, but they make me feel that he carried quite a load and that he really tried to help out with the other kids in the family, so there's a lot of thank yous for that. His grandfather also makes me feel that he carried the load, or that he's the responsible one in getting things done, or just making sure that things get done, and so my hat's off to him for that. But just to let you know, you have some good news also coming within the next month or two, and I don't know if your husband's gotten a promotion or if that's you, or there's some changes in a job, but yay for you, so I feel fantastic. I want George to keep on talking to his mother, even though there may have been some medical history there with her, and maybe she had some, not feeling too good mentally speaking. They do make me feel that she understands everything perfectly well now, or that she has a greater understanding of her burdens here on earth. But that was her given path, and for me, she would have had to pass this way. They do make me feel that there are 4 to 6 people around her at the time she passes. 4 for sure, 2 come in late. They do make me feel that there's a little bit of a delay with the wake or the funeral, but there's reasons for that. She makes me feel very good about that. She also makes me feel that there's visits to her quite regularly, or someone speaks to her quite regularly, and she's very, very happy about that. She also makes me feel that there's someone with blue eyes to be acknowledged, and she absolutely loves them. Carole, thank you so much for writing. I really appreciate, the heartfelt effort that you put into your email and all of the information that you've given, but I have to be honest, there's so much great stuff coming ahead for you, and I feel really good. Tell George to, not be so serious about life. Things have been difficult for him, and he's had to accept a lot of responsibility at a very young age, but his grandfather's certainly proud of him because he's done so well. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks again for writing. I hope you enjoyed your reading, and take care of yourself. Love to you. Bye-bye. This is for winner number 3, and this is for Monique. Monique, thanks so much for writing in. You had just one very simple question, and that's if you're going to have surgery soon, or if someone's going to call you and you want to know if your mom knew. Well, I have to tell you, I have a lady that comes around. I have 2 of them actually that come around. So I don't know if one's a grandmother or if one is a grandmother or mother, but I have to tell you, there's 2 that clearly come through. First of all, there's one that didn't pass that long ago, maybe within the last year anyways. She makes me feel that she had a circulation problem. She acknowledges a bunch of children, but I have to tell you, I don't feel that she's directly related to you. Perhaps an aunt or something, or someone very special, but she tends to follow you around. She makes me feel that you will be getting a call soon. She does make me feel within the next 3 to 4 months that you're going to be traveling, but if you're going to have surgery, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't believe it's in this area, because I'm not feeling that. So I get the sense that you either have to go south or you have to go east, but you have to go to a larger center, more specialized. And they do make me feel that everything is going to be successful and good. They also make me feel that there's good news around June or July also of next year, and there's some recoveries coming around. So I'm not quite sure what the problem is, Monique, but they do make me feel that you have some good luck with that, or that you're going to get some good news very shortly. But again, I just get the sense that you're going to have to travel away in order to have the care that you need, or to get done what you need to get done, because I honestly don't feel that you can get that done here, or they don't make me feel that you're achieving the same results, let's say in Sudbury, than you would in a larger center, medically speaking. Now, there's also a male that comes around, not often, but he wants to give you a great big hug. He makes me feel he's more connected to your husband's side of the family. They make me feel that. They also make me feel that there's a very strong, and I could be getting this wrong, I don't know if it's on the male's part or the female's part, but I see a pool table. And so they make me feel they're playing pool, of all things. So good for them. They're having a great time. There's one that didn't pass as long, but I have to tell you, the transition was beautiful, Monique. I don't feel that that they felt the suffering that perhaps others would have maybe witnessed around them. And so if you think that this person suffered, I don't really think that. I don't feel that they actually felt that much. They make me feel that they feel much better now. They come along quite often, or come around quite often. But just to let you know that now there's a strong J connection that comes through. So I don't know if it's John, Joseph, Jody, Jason, Joanne, Joan, Jean, that kind of thing, but a very, very strong J connection that comes through for you, and a lot of love that comes through with that as well. They also acknowledge another sibling of yours. They make me feel that sibling is important. So I don't know if that starts with a C or a K, but I'm going to tell you, it makes me feel that it's a C or a K connection sound. So Corey, Carrie, Carmen, Colette, that kind of thing. But there's a lot of love that comes through for that as well. Now, they do make me feel that there's a nice recovery for you. I don't know if there's a little bit of a complication, or if you've had a complication before, medically speaking, but for me, this is going to fix whatever it is, to the best that they can. But they do make me feel that there's some good news around this surgery. So good for you. I feel very, very much that you're going to recover nicely, or that it's not going to be as difficult as you thought it would be, because they make me feel that you've been suffering for a while with this. Now, there's also beer drinker that comes through, very, very strong beer reference. And I see the shorter bottles, you know, the rounded little bottles that we had back in the 70s and the 60s, that kind of thing. And so they're cheering you. So cheers to the bottle of beer. And they want to give you a nice cheers to that. I don't know if there's another trip where you just come back from a trip, but they want to acknowledge a trip. They make me feel that you flew. They make me feel really good about that. But they make me feel that there's another trip coming once you recover, and they smile about that. So I don't know if it's a little present or something, but they do make me feel very good about that. Monique, I don't know also if there was a weight loss around you or someone that's lost a little bit of weight recently, but they do make me feel there's a concern around that. And they also talk about February or the second day, which is important, so they come around then, and so they make me feel that that's very, very important to your family, and there's some celebrations coming around these issues. So February or the second date, that kind of thing. Now, I don't know if there's twins in your family, but they do acknowledge that, or Gemini, which is the month of June, or it could be something to do with the number 22, because when I see twins, it's usually 22. But they do acknowledge that, and you're going to get some news around that. So I don't quite know if it's someone that's born June 22nd, in June, which is Gemini, the 6th day, but they show me 2-2, which means twins, which means there's some news coming around that. But they make me feel it's good news, so this is a good thing. Now, February is very important for you also. I do believe that there's another trip for you going south, but they talk about 3 trips total, and they make me feel really good about that. And so if you're traveling out of town to go for medical, just be prepared, you know, to go more than once, because they do make me feel there's a back and forth to that. I don't know if someone's driving you, then coming back home, or if they're staying there. They make me feel that there's a little bit of a financial burden. So just to watch about that, but I think things are going to bounce back for you. So I feel really positive about that, Monique, and so good for you. Yay. And so I see nothing but good things for you. I want you to pay attention to the number 25 or February 5th or May 2nd or 20th, because they make me also feel that there's something important about that, or some celebrations coming around that. So no bad news for you. Just keep positive. But I just want you to know that you're thinking, or you're a little worried for nothing. And they do make me feel that there's some positive news coming within the next 4 to 6 months tops. So I don't think you're going to wait any longer than that, Monique. I hope you enjoyed your reading. I want to send you a lot of love from the other side, especially with the 2 females that come through, and the male for your husband's side, just to send a lot of love as well. I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks so much for writing, and have a great one. Bye-bye.